Welcome, everybody, to the Blue Line NHL Betting Podcast. I'm Lawrence Presman. Matthew Barnaby is my host. Andy Lang comes on the show every day. We are getting rave reviews. Everyone is really enjoying the show, and we're giving out a ton of sports betting information. This show is slightly different. It is Tuesday, and Matthew Barnaby is unable to join us today. He did send in his two best bets. He had a prior arrangement. We couldn't sort it out. And Andy Lang not with us as well. So today it's just me. It's going to be a quick one. We're going to run down every single game of the board. And at the end of the show, I will give you Matthew Barnaby's two best bets. Before we get into any of that, I just want to let everyone know that at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday afternoon, we will have a live show on Wager Talk TV, our YouTube channel, a live playoff preview show. Myself, Matthew Barnaby, Andy Lang, Jeremy Roenick, and a few other ex-NHLers are going to be joining us. We're going to take apart every single matchup in round one of the NHL playoffs, plus we'll have some future bets along the way. Okay, this is going to be quick, guys. Grab a pen. Let's go. New Jersey playing Boston tonight. 5.5 is the total, plus 126 for Boston. And, we got to start looking at some dogs here. This Boston team is playing much better hockey of late, and they're also scoring goals. New Jersey locked in, no reason to even show up. Boston plus 126, ton of value. I also like over the total in this game. Chicago playing Detroit. And, yesterday Montreal said, hey, most important game of the year. Then they went and laid an egg, lost in a shootout against Chicago. Now Chicago plays Ottawa, and Ottawa is locked into their spot as well. Plus 260 for the Chicago team. Don't love it. I think with a back-to-back here, the value might be on the over. I can't play Ottawa at minus 300. I think Chicago's going to get us 3, and we know Chicago allows a lot of goals. I think we might see a 4-3, 5-3 game take over the total. Florida playing Tampa Bay, and this is going to be the matchup in the first round. I think both of these teams are going to do nothing tonight. I would look to take the under. I think they're just going to kind of hide, honestly. Nobody's going to be playing with a whole lot of intensity. No one's going to be trying to do any flashy maneuvers. I think this is one of those get-out-of-dodge games. The clock will just tick. The game will run out. Next thing you know, one of these teams won 2-0. Take under the total in Florida and Tampa Bay. I really like the over in the Columbus-Philadelphia game, guys, and I like Columbus as well. A lot of money's coming in on this Columbus team, minus 146. They win their next 2 games in regulation, and Montreal loses to Carolina. Columbus is in the playoffs. They just saw Montreal lose in overtime to Chicago and open the door. Now their emotional makeup must be high and excited. I think this Columbus team, 5 wins in a row, all crucial wins. Plus, they're playing good defensively. With that said, Philadelphia is scoring, and Philadelphia is not playing any defense. I like Columbus minus 146, and I like the over, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get to 8 goals. Toronto playing Buffalo tonight. Totally meaningless game for both teams. That would put me on Buffalo at plus 140. Why not? Toronto is playing for nothing. They're locked in. They now are just going to be doing sort of maintenance mode, keep the guys from getting injured. Nobody's going to be diving in front of shots. No reason for Toronto to even show up. Plus, Buffalo's always had their number anyway. Plus 140. Take Buffalo in this spot. New York Islanders and Washington again. Neither of these teams are playing for anything. I like the over in this game. Washington is padding Ovechkin as many goals as he can get. Plus, New York Islanders are scoring and letting goals in as well. The total here is 6. I wouldn't be surprised if we get to 7, 4-3 game. Take over the total. I have no side. St. Louis Blues need to win this game still, and they're playing Utah tonight or out of it. Utah is on a back-to-back. This might be my favorite bet on the board. St. Louis, I would take them in regulation at a pick 'em. Minnesota playing Anaheim, and Minnesota too needs to win this hockey game. They are minus 255, and they're playing an Anaheim team that is trying. At least to their credit, they are trying. With that said, Minnesota is going to get it done. I can't take minus 255. I'd rather take Minnesota at minus 1.5. And I would have no issue if you parlay Minnesota on the money line with St. Louis on the money line. Minnesota's going to get it done tonight. Calgary, rough spot for this Calgary team. They play an hour after St. Louis and Minnesota ends. My initial reaction would have been to take Calgary. They win their 2 games, and St. Louis and Minnesota loses tonight. Calgary sneaks into the playoffs. So you know this Calgary team is coming out firing. With that said, somewhere in the middle of the second period, Calgary might find out that St. Louis and Minnesota have won their game, and that is going to wreck them on defense. I would take Calgary I would take Calgary on the money line in the first period. That is the only way I would bet this game. First period for Calgary, they are going to come in emotional. They're going to be excited. They're going to want to get it done. Neither Minnesota or St. Louis's game will be over. Both will be around in intermission, first period intermission. So Calgary will still feel like they have a lot to play for. I like them only in the first period. As for the LA Kings in Seattle, I got absolutely nothing here, guys. If I had to bet this game, I would take Seattle. LA Kings coming off of on a back-to-back. They just played Edmonton. They beat Edmonton. They wrapped up home ice advantage. They got zilch to play for. And Seattle has shown some moxie over the last few weeks. So although I don't love this game, I would take Seattle minus 113. As for Matthew Barnaby's best bets, he has 2 for this show. He likes Buffalo and Toronto under 6.5 goals, and he likes St. Louis minus 160. Speaking about if you guys like this video, please take a second and hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to review the show. Write a review on the streaming platforms and comment on the shows. All of that stuff is so important to us. It's so greatly appreciated. And also remember, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday, a live show. Matthew, myself, Andy Lang, and a bunch of ex-NHLers. We're going to take apart the entire playoffs, which start on Saturday night. That's it for the Blue Line today. We will be back tomorrow with both Matthew Barnaby and Andy Lang. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't bet like an idiot, and we'll see you all tomorrow.